Time to pay up, bitch. Yeah, no, guess what? She had to sell her goddamn house. That sucks. But apparently she made, what, $500,000 on that desert palace that's out there? And yes, there's a lot of unsealed documents that are out there. Okay, Daily Mail has aggregated a few of the different revelations that are there. Okay, I've seen a couple of other ones as well that maybe Johnny at 50 plus is just having a tough time getting it up at this point, which is kind of sad. Or maybe he's just really tired of banging this crazy bitch. Maybe 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Okay, because again, you show me a beautiful woman and I will show you a man who is tired of putting up with her shit and tired of fucking her. Just saying, okay? And that was the most damning thing that I seen from Johnny Depp, okay? But again, there's literally thousands of documents that have been released, and I ain't got the time to comb through all of that stuff. I'm too busy just laughing at her just disheveled situation. Oh, really is just all too tragic. The fact that we got another single mother out there on the streets. Well, she already belonged to him, so now she's just returning home. Unsealed Johnny Depp and Amber Heard court documents show she refused to take a $16 million settlement in their divorce. Why couldn't she bring that into the courtroom? Just to show how good of a person she is because she turned down those $16 million of profits from Pirates 5. It's because it's fucking irrelevant, okay? It was her lawyers saying, hey, this is what you could stand to get from the divorce. Do you want to pursue it? No. Oh, okay, cool. What would that have done? Okay, who would that have swayed? We already know the feeling of the jury that was out there. We already know that Amber thinks that she's the greatest person to have ever walked this earth, and everybody else is just simply misunderstanding her. But maybe this would have got Eve Barlow even further in her crotch, on her side. From him during the divorce settlement. She's forced to sell her desert home to pay him $8.35. You don't fucking forget that $50,000. That's going to be very important. And there's going to be taxes on top of that, 6%. So about $8.8 million. So don't you fucking forget that either. But we got some revelations. Oh, buddy, do we ever. Unsealed court documents show Amber Heard walked away from a divorce payout from Johnny Depp that could have run to tens of millions of dollars. Not really, though, just saying. As financially challenged actress sells her beloved California home. Is it really beloved, or is it just one of those things that you need to say in order to fulfill a word count? Documents seen by the Daily Beast. Oh, I've actually, got access to all of the unsealed court documents. It's kind of funny, I guess. If I really cared more about her, I would go through more of them. But again, it's just kind of funny to laugh at a stripper. 36-year-old ignored guidance from her legal team not to pursue Depp for the maximum cash she was entitled to after they filed for divorce in 2016. Yeah, it was a different legal team. Okay, these are the reasons why this would have been disqualified. I don't know the specific reasons or not, and I'm sure they're going to get into it. But, okay, cool. They said that, yeah, we could pursue that much. Is that something that she could have got? Probably not. It was up for debate from the court. But the only thing that proved is, well, she has terrible financial acumen, if we're being completely honest. And once again, another reason why you should never get fucking married in the first place. And it also sets a really bad tone, the fact that she wasn't even listening to her attorneys back in 2016 as well. But hey, here we are. She could have sought half of Depp's $33 million he made filming the 4th installment of Pirates of the Caribbean, since it was made while they were married. I think you mean 5th. Okay. And it's weird that the 6th installment, there was a negotiated rate of $24 million. Was that what the level was at? Weird. But no, during the filming of the 4th, I hate that movie. God, that movie sucks. But no, that was the one where he picked up the herniated disc or something. Whatever. It ended up getting him hooked on Roxycodone and Oxycontin as well. And that was way back in the cut. Maybe while they were exchanging raunchy pictures, which, yeah, there were some that were trying to get into the court, which would have been so fucking funny, because I used one in thumbnail before. It was the picture of her holding up a sign over her titties, which would be hot in any other situation, but it's this entitled cunt at the end of the day, so you know what, hey, whatever, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But the funniest thing about that picture, other than just the 1,000 cock stare that she has in her eyes, she had to write everything backwards because she couldn't figure out how to switch or just do a flip, because she was holding up the picture in a mirror I don't know, just had this really elaborate shoot for the picture taking. So she wrote everything backwards on the very, very long leftist meme-worthy picture. I could just bring it up, okay, because there's no titty picture in it, and she's really crazy looking in it. There you go. I had to go back into the archive for whatever reason. I couldn't find it in a search engine, but whatever, okay. As you can see, yeah, that's why everything looks just a little bit off. Not just her eyes or anything like that, but the fact that she can't clean up her background with all of the fucking loose cables and, I don't know, fucking dog beds in the background, you fucking loser. Just clean your shit up, for Christ's sakes. But yeah, good after, and then all the ends are backwards, which is kind of telling in and of itself. But my beloved Tonto man, this was during the filming of, what was that, The Lone Ranger or something like that. I wonder what kind of crazy stories Johnny Depp and Armie Hammer have together. That would be a strange conversation to have overheard. This blonde Texas bitch will eat you alive. I want, I need, give me what's mine. Grammar lessons, understanding of photography, anything like that. That could all help, though. You will never have any idea how long it took for me to find that picture, all for a fucking 20-second gag, but whatever, it's funny. Anyways, yeah, whatever, Amber's legal team thought that at the time she was entitled to half of the $33 million, so I guess $16.5 million or something like that. But again, did they factor in how much wine this bitch drank? So again, you know, it's all just semantics at the end of the day. But Heard chose not to. Yes, because she's such a good woman. It was never about the money. Never about the money. Well, now you got to pay up, so I bet you wish it was about the money at the time. You hate to see it. And wrote them an email saying she was being amazingly true to her word. Oh my God, when you have to add the descriptors for yourself. Okay, listen, I'm such a truthful guy. Okay, you can believe everything that I say. Are you likely to believe anything that is next to come out of my mouth if I was to describe myself like that? Absolutely fucking not. Psychology numero uno. Anyways, this is not about the money. It's exactly about the money. Why did you wait and gestate on all of these accusations until years later, stupid? You thought, okay, this is just me, okay, playing, maybe strapping on the tinfoil hat at the second. Remember, this was 2016. This was during the divorce proceedings, again, which really doesn't have much to do with the actual trial itself. And again, it can be dismissed for a multitude of different reasons. But let's just play into this. Why did she turn down that money? I would bet, and even until this day, she still wants Johnny Depp back. She was alpha widowed by this dude, okay? She is never, ever, 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 ever again gonna get anybody who makes her feel and gives her the tingles quite like Johnny Depp did. Just saying. Judge refused to let that evidence be admitted during Depp's defamation lawsuit against her. She was ordered to pay a total of $8.3 million, blah, 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 blah. But again, you got the appeal from Depp's side for the counterclaim that's out there. So maybe that goes up to $10.35 million because that would just be hilarious. She now began to raise funds by cash by selling her Yucca Valley home. There's the front door. God, if only I was rich, man. I would have just bought it and burned it and pissed out the ashes. Maybe that's why I don't have all those millions of dollars just to, you know, just spend frivolously. Anyways, for Yucca, yes, piss out the ashes and then fuck her on top of it. A boy can dream. A profit of about $500,000. Cool. Only, what, $7.835 million to go, right? And that's proper math. Yeah, no. Yes, it is. As per TMZ. And again, if she thinks that she liquidates all of her assets, you still can't claim bankruptcy on this shit. Judgments are bankruptcy proof, so... Okay, I guess. Heard allegedly bought the house in 2019 through an anonymous trust tied to the actress. Yeah, no, exactly. So, is that even her house to begin with? We talked about this ad nauseum beforehand, but still. There's speculation that Heard's ability to immediately cover the damages. She can't. She's terrible with money. She has a long history of that being completely exposed, okay? So, how is she going to come up with the rest of the money? Oh, well... the fans are calling, just saying. Now let's get into the court documents, because, yeah, no, she lost her house, yeah, big sad, whatever. This happens to single mothers every single day, right? Well, let's get into what else else has been unsealed from these court documents? What wasn't allowed to come into court? Well, newly unsealed court documents suggest that Heard may have walked away from more than enough to pay for the divorce. We already know that part. Oh, see, they updated Pirates of the Caribbean 5 during the marriage Oh, it was community property? What are they referring to? Amber's crotch? And an asset Heard was entitled to half of. Yeah, well, no use crying over spilt milk at this point. Can't be getting that money back. In hell, if you would have just, I don't know, not been a fucking psychopath, you wouldn't have to deal with any of this stuff, because you guys could have been happily married at this point. Maybe you would have had a father for your kid, but oh well. Heard was not allowed to... Oh, Heard would not allow them to chase that money, with her lawyer saying via email that she was being true to her word and that it wasn't about cash. Judge Escort refused any reference to those emails in the scope of the defamation trial. Perhaps the spiciest reveal of the documents is that Team Depp may have attempted to submit nude photos of Heard. Yeah, there's another one without the sign from the picture that I showed you before, and let's just say, besides the whole what's between her ears... Yeah, she's totally my type. Just saying. No simp, but back in the day, Amber Heard was a bad bitch. Now she's just a bad bitch. As well as Amber's brief work as a stripper. Ha! Ah! Of course she was a stripper. Did anybody fucking buy that shit when she was on the stand to begin with? Oh, I was going from interview to audition call to casting couch to casting couch. I was changing in the back of a public transit vehicle. I just had a bag full of tank tops and I would change. Okay, on the public transit. Okay, let's just go ahead and break that down, okay? Because a lot of people in Hollywood will say it's incredibly tough to get that many callbacks in order to go to those auditions, 10 in a day. That's a fucking ton. You might be able to get that many in a week, okay? But even still. And if she was comfortable changing on public transit... What does that tell you about what else she was doing at the time? And all she had was just a Mustang. Oh my god, all I had... I just lived in a little studio apartment in Los Angeles. And that shit ain't fucking cheap, okay? So how was she making ends meet? By making ends meet in the champagne room. Something that she might have to consider to make up the rest of that fucking dinero that's still on the table. Heard's legal team argued that those were irrelevant personal matters. No! Would have been fucking hilarious, honestly. He would have got the old manager to come in. It's like, yeah... Yeah, that fucking bitch, she never fucking showed up on time. It's like, yeah, she's fucking cute and all, but there's like, so many of those coming in every fucking day. Yeah, trying to put up with her and her fucking, all of her shenanigans. I ain't gonna be doing with any of that. Any more fucking questions? Alright, good, I got shit to do. Get fucked. Hey, Amber, nice tits. If you need a fucking job, here is my fucking business card. My number hasn't changed, sweetheart. Make sure you come back and see me next time you need something, eh? Then we got a couple more things. Okay, there were some more text messages, obviously, because Johnny Depp kept all of his devices, and you just had to go through back channels and iCloud receipts. It was kind of like deciphering what everything Hunter Biden had undercover, okay, for Amber Heard, but Johnny Depp had everything, okay, and he turned it over for discovery, as a good plaintiff would do, unlike Heard again. So there were, of course, more things that could have been discovered and could have been brought to the table during the very, very, very long court trial, which is now 2 months old at this point. So fucking pay up already, bitch. Stop fucking complaining about shit. But anyways, Unsealed Depp v. Heard court docs revealed crude texts with Marilyn Manson. Oh my god, he's a predator as well. I really have to get through that complaint that's out there, because boy howdy is that just really shaping up to be probably the next domino to fall in the entire Me Too spiral. But still, oh yes, and exotic dancer claims, because we can never ever not call Amber Heard a stripper, because it's true. That's true. Thousands of pages of documents filed in the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard bombshell defamation case were unsealed over the weekend, this past weekend, yes, including text messages between the actor and Marilyn Manson. His team's apparent attempt to bring up an ex-wife's brief stint as an exotic dancer. Doesn't matter. Once a stripper, always a stripper. Okay, it's a stripper mentality, because it takes a certain person, okay, to show their tits to just the saddest dregs of humanity, okay? Exposing yourself to the worst aspects of men. Man, it takes a certain fucking working girl mentality. One 965-page document. There's a whole bunch of them. When I said that there's thousands of pages, there's legitimately thousands, if not tens of thousands of pages of documents. So if anybody wants to go through them, feel free. Filed on March 28th, detailed Heard's opposition to a series of motions made by Depp's lawyers, including one to exclude his medical history from the trial, and others asked to present potentially damaging information about the actress. Lawyers for the Aquaman star. Oh, not really. We'll see how big her role is in Aquaman 2. But hey, Ben Affleck's gonna be Batman again in that one. Not gonna see that fucking shit. Anyways, sought to inappropriately bring up Amber Heard's sister Whitney's reality show video. What's that? And Whitney and Amber's past romantic relationship. Fucking scissoring. Anyways, Depp also wanted to tell the jury about Amber's brief stint as an exotic dancer year before she met Mr. Depp. The lengths to which the bitch would go in order to turn a buck or to suck on a cock. Her lawyers wrote, as they also opposed Mr. Depp attempting to frivolously and maliciously suggest or imply that Miss Heard was a one-time an escort. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She was selling box? Oh my God. This bitch is... Oh... Oh, man. Oh, first of all, Johnny, why the fuck are you ever wifing up a stripper to begin with? And two, at least we know that she has a track record. She has a provable resume for when eventually she's going to have to start fucking turning tricks in order to pay off that very steep legal bill. Documents also show new text messages. Well, they aren't new. They're just newly unsealed, I guess. Text messages between Depp and rocker. I wouldn't characterize Manson's music as rock. I'd categorize it as dog shit. I do like beautiful people though. Anyways, born Brian Warner, yes, who is also accused of sexual abuse and grooming. Oh, I need to go through that shit. I do. And again, this is from New York Post, which is very, 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 very pro-Heard, if you guys don't recall. Including his former fiancée, Evan Rachel Wood, who sued him for defamation in March. Yeah, that bitch is making up a fucking tale. Long and short of it. In a 2016 text, Manson allegedly wrote, "I got an Amber 2.0. Oh, I wonder if that'll be allowed in his defamation case if that gets past the anti-slap motion. And also, Lindsay just pulled an Amber on me. Please delete." Oh shit, oh shit. Depends on what that means, because that could really mean a bunch of things. Does it involve a bed? Does it involve a vodka bottle? What are we talking about here? Depp responds, "I've been reading a lot of material on that sociopathic behavior. It's fucking real, my brother. My ex-cunt is goddamn textbook." Yeah, no, hey man, once again, spot the lie from Johnny Depp. Then Manson, in an apparent reference to the incident where the police were called to Depp and Heard's shared Los Angeles apartment in 2016. No, it was Depp's, multi-roomed penthouse in the Eastern Columbia building where a bunch of leeches from Amber Heard, lived at the time. It's not a shared apartment, It was shared like you allow your pets to live in your house. I got a serious police Amber type scenario with Elle's family. I'm fucking stressed. I don't know if you're back, but I need asylum somewhere because I think the cops might be headed my way. The filing states. Interesting. Heard's lawyer alleged that Depp and Manson went on drug binges together, including the days before the actress arrived in Australia, and the two got into a now famous fight that ended in the actor losing the tip of his right middle finger. Funny thing about that, because again, there was multiple different accounts of what happened down there in Australia, and what's Joe Rogan doing? Well, that's all nice. It's just him being a cuck and not wanting to talk about, or I don't want to platform Donald Trump, but fucking more about that stuff on another day. Amber Heard's sister told Boss actress did sever Johnny Depp's finger. No, it was a phone. It was a plastic phone antique phone on the wall, right? Antique phone, and that's when it happened. Or Johnny cut it off in an accordion door. Or he broke it, more than likely, with the vodka bottle that Amber hurled at him. Oh, I can see immediately why this was not allowed, and they could have went into this line of questioning with Whitney, but maybe this was completely verboten to bring up because, again, this was all a part of that, what's her nuts declaration. She was the bitch who was running that art gallery, Art of Elysium. We'll get into her name very, very shortly, but I can't quite remember. Newly unveiled legal filings detail the efforts by Depp and Heard's attorney to get certain claims and exhibits presented to exclude from their bombshell defamation trial in Fairfax, Virginia. Pirates of the Caribbean star testified in April that during the couple's quarrel, you'd call it a quarrel? I would call it some of the worst domestic abuse that has ever been detailed. Oh, Heard hurled a bottle of vodka at him, which shattered, well, a handle of vodka, and shattered and severed the tip of his finger. Heard denied causing Depp's injury, but the cache of unsealed documents include a transcript of a defamation from Jennifer Howell. Yeah, when her deposition was played during rebuttal, if I do recall, it was chopped, it was incredibly truncated, and it offered literally nothing that would really help on anything, mostly because everything that she could testify to was just patent hearsay, okay? And yeah, the fact that she didn't show up and they couldn't question her on any of that stuff, which could have been very, very funny more than anything else, but she had the goods. She did have the goods. Looks like everybody was well aware of what her story was, or the fact that Whitney Heard was a bit of a liar. Everybody already was privy to that information. A former boss of Heard's sister, Whitney Enriquez, in which she describes the moment Enriquez allegedly received a message from Heard about the grisly incident in Australia. Ew! She just screamed, she's done it now. She's cut off his goddamn finger, and made this huge proclamation. I pushed my chair back and I was like, what? Howell told Depp's attorney, Camille Vasquez. Interesting. And she goes, she cut off his finger, and then she bolted out the door and was like, I gotta call somebody, I gotta call somebody. She likes to repeat herself, just like Amber does on the stand. Interesting. Not that Depp does, but she does. It runs in the family, like mental illness. When Vasquez asked Howell if Enriquez specified who she and he was in the statement, Howell replied, it was Amber and Johnny, and she apparently had thrown a bottle and cut off his finger, is what Enriquez reported when she came back in. Oh, and from whoever she talked to outside during the bombshell trial, Depp admitted, to the court that he lied to a doctor about the circumstances of his gruesome finger injury. Yeah, because Depp didn't want to have to face the consequences whenever he got back home. Oh, and by the way, you've seen this picture twice now. That's Depp's art that he did and sold for $3.2 million, if I do recall the amount correctly. And he's got a good taste in art pictures, right? Because you got Al Pacino, Keith Richards, it was Elizabeth Taylor, and then you also got Bob Dylan, right? Well, half of them are good. I guess Elizabeth Taylor was pretty fuckable way back in the cut, but big Keith Richards fan, and hey, I've expressed my love for Al Pacino multiple times. But it's funny, okay? Again, you remember when Amber and her team were making the interview circuit, okay? CBS, NBC, and her big Dateline exclusive that went absolutely nowhere at the speed of smell. She was saying, oh, there was so much evidence that wasn't allowed into the courtroom that really would have proven my case, and we won the case over in UK. Really, the more that this shit comes out, okay, and I know it's selective, and it's going to be taking a long time for a lot of people to comb through all this stuff to really parse out all of the most interesting pieces and a little bit of nuance that's there, but it looks like everything that was excluded really wouldn't have helped you at all, and would have just been fucking hilarious, okay? Because A, if they were going to be posting nude selfies of one another, that would have been fucking hilarious, okay? And again, I do miss that trial. Not for the fact that it was a viewership, just nuclear bomb, but yeah, man, it was simpler times, okay? It really was a united front against a lying cunt and a guy who was just the victim of a, well, let's be honest, blue-pilled mindset and his overall redemption story. It red-pilled a lot of people, but unfortunately a lot of people have just kind of sunk back into the Matrix and the whole believe all women mindset. But hey, you can't save them all, but hey, even if 10% of people that were watching that stuff woke up, hey man, I consider that a great victory. But not as much of a great victory as Johnny Depp eventually when that bitch has to fucking pony up and pay the cash. So, with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.